Hello, it's December, so it's time for another wrap-up. In November, I read 11 books, which is actually a lot, and I was not expecting that. I didn't really read the books that were on my TBR, but that's okay. But let's get into the stats. In terms of genre, I read 3 fantasy books, 6 romantic books, and the rest, which I think is 2, is contemporary. And in terms of star rating, I read 1 2.5 star, 1 3 star, 2 3.5 stars, 1 4 star, 3 4.5 stars, and 3 5 stars. And the total number of pages that I read is 4,004 pages. Let's get into the books. So, first I read an arc from NetGalley, which is Dryad, which I've forgotten the name of the author, but it's okay. Basically, the story is about 2 parents that ran away from a secret organization with their kids to a secluded village that doesn't know anything about the outside. But one day, after 13 years of being hidden, that special operation force, whatever, comes back to find them, and they have to run away again and stuff like that, and their kids find out their parents' secrets. It was okay. I give it a 3 star. It just was a bit too confusing and I didn't know what was happening, and I hated the 2 children. But apart from that, it was really cool. It had a really nice art style. I really liked the parents, not the children, as I said, and the ending was pretty cool, even though the rest of the book was an info dump. Next, I read another arc, which is Martian Ghost. What? Oh my god. Martian Ghost Centaur. That is the weirdest name. I don't even know what I read. It is basically about a town that is known for its Bigfoot sightings, and the town has started to go down in tourists because nobody's seen the Yeti in a long time. Our main character decides to bring a paranormal investigator, and she finds out that, spoiler, but she finds out the truth about the Yeti, and the girl tries to save the town through other ways. I give this one also a 3.5. I don't know. I really liked the characters and the ending the story and the meaning and how she found what she liked, but I really enjoyed that she had 2 dads and the art style and also the weird but funny puns. My favorite that I even wrote down was there was this character that her best friend looks up to that is called, oh my god, I forgot the name. It's a pun on Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson. It's something the Boulder. I thought that was hilarious. Next, I read Beach Read by Emily Henry. This was one of my most anticipated books for this year, and I loved it. I gave it a 5 star. This was so good. This is about 2 characters that are in the middle of nowhere in 2 little cabins and are trying to write, but they have writer's block. And they're basically writer rivals, basically. They hate each other. I love that trope, so I ate this shit up. I love the characters, I love the romance, I loved everything about this. This was great. Amazing. Next, I read another arc from NetGalley, which is The Part About the Dragon Was Mostly True by Sean Gibson. This was a really weird read, but I kind of enjoyed it. This is about a group of characters that are adventurers and a bard called Heloise, I think. And it's the story of Heloise recounting the adventures of the 4 or 5, I don't remember, 4 people in their group, besides her, going to slay a dragon. It is weird, it's funny, but not. I don't understand what I read, to be honest. I really liked most of the characters. I liked Borg the most, which is like a giant rock thing. However, Heloise as a narrator I did not like. It was really confusing. And you know when people explain things and go through weird segues? That's what it was like, and I don't like that. It annoys me, especially in a book. I didn't like that. It was very confusing at first because you didn't understand what the hell you were reading, but at the end I did really like it. I liked the characters. I liked the this is what we told, this is what actually happened. I liked that, but I did give it a 3 star, so it was kind of fun. Next I read We Are the Ants by Sean David Hutchinson. Oh my god, I really stuttered there, but it's fine. I read this because of my best friend, and he is obsessed with this book for no reason, and this has been hyped for a long time, and it's been on my TBR for a long time, and I'm really sad that it didn't really live up to the hype for me, but we'll get to that. This is about a boy that is abducted by aliens, and the aliens tell him that he has like half a year to stop the world from ending. It was really weird. I give this a 4-star. It was good. I really liked the romance, but the main character annoyed me so much. So much. And the ending, I hate open endings. If you hate open endings, I swear, don't read this. I hated that ending so much. I was debating giving this a lower rating, but I didn't because I needed to stop thinking about this so much. Then I read Bookish and the Beast by Ashley Poston. This is the 3rd book in the Once Upon a Con series, which is Geekerella, if you don't know the first book. Everyone knows that one. I was really excited to read this because I loved the first 2, even though some people actually don't like them. I think they're cheesy but fun. The kind of book you want to read when you're in a reading slump. But this was really, really good. I give this a 5-star. This is about a Beauty and the Beast retelling, as you can clearly tell. And it's about a girl, a normal girl, that due to an event that happens, she has to work with a famous person called Vance to organize a library together. But they kind of hate each other. So next I read Stargazing by Jen Wang. This is about 2 girls becoming friends and stuff, life, I don't know. This I really wanted to read and was excited because of The Prince and the Dressmaker, which is also by Jen Wang. But unfortunately, I didn't really like this. I gave this a 2.5 star because, I don't know. I did not understand the point of the story, except for like friendship and stuff. I didn't really care for it. Also, the ending came out of nowhere. I don't know why that was there, and I didn't like the characters that much. Next, I read You Should See Me in a Crown by Leah Johnson. I don't know how to say that name correctly. I'm really sorry. I'm bad at this. But this was great. I gave this a 5-star. This is about a girl that wants to go to college but doesn't have any money and thinks that she's gonna get a scholarship. But when she doesn't get it, she enrolls in the prom moment and wants to become prom queen. Because at this school they get money for it. I don't know. Just don't ask. This was really good. I give it a 5-star. I loved the romance, the friends, everything. It was so good. Read this. It is worth the hype. Next I read Fullmetal Alchemist by Hiromu Arakawa. I'm really sorry. But this is about 2 brothers that when trying to resuscitate their mother, it goes wrong and one boy loses his whole body and just has a soul, which is then trapped in like a suit of armor. I'm stuttering, but that's not important. And the other one loses an arm and a leg. And it's about them trying to find a stone that can bring them back to how they used to be. I really loved this, but I did give it a 4.5 just because it didn't feel like a 5-star book. But this was really enjoyable. I loved the characters, I loved the art, I loved everything. Next I read another book that my best friend loved, which is I'll Give You the Sun by Jandy Nelson. This was a weird book, but I really liked it. I gave it a 4.5. This is about 2 twins, a boy and a girl, and their lives when they were 14/13 and in the future, told by each of them. One in the future, one in the past. I really recommend going into this without knowing what it's about. I was pleasantly surprised and actually really liked it. I loved that it had plot twists that came together in both the years. I loved the characters, I loved the romances, I loved everything, but it still didn't feel like a 5-star, unfortunately. But it was really good. And lastly, I read I Wish You All the Best by Mason Beaver. I think that's how you say their name, like Beaver. It's okay. This book is about a non-binary character called Ben. They tell their parents that they're non-binary and they kick them out for God knows why, but it happens, unfortunately. So they go to live with their sister, which has been gone for a long time, and it's about them starting at a new school and romance and friendships, and I loved it so much. I gave it I gave it again a 4.5 just because it didn't feel like a 5, but I loved everything about this book. I loved the friendships, I loved Miriam, I loved Ben, I loved the romance, the interest, I don't remember his name. I loved everything. It was great. I now feel like I should have given it a 5, but I'm gonna stick to my original. Oh my god. These are all the books I read in November. Pretty good if I say so myself. But that's everything I read in the month of November. I hope you read the ones that I enjoyed the most. But that is everything for today, and I'll see you in my next weird video. Bye!